What's up guys, 5K over here, and this is the next part in the whole car games tutorial. So if you haven't checked out the other parts yet, please do check them out. So anyways, in the last time, the last tutorial, what we did was we kind of improved the whole UI, kind of changed this whole stuff over here, changed the car logos. Anyways, and what we'll be doing in this tutorial is create a color selector, and for that we'll be changing this whole UI a bit more. So let's get into that first. So let's get into the 2D mode over here. Now where's our canvas at? There it is. So that's not how we wanted to view that from the front, and we can't see that from over here. So let's click on that. Alright, there it is. So now what we'll do, first up, we'll change the whole position of the buttons over here. It's not where I want them to be. Let's change it down a bit, so it gets in this kind of a, you can bring this whole sidebar down to over this level. So we'll keep play over there, and we'll kind of resize this back button to something like 50x50. That'd be good. And this play button to something like 70x70. Alright, that should be enough. Now what we'll do is we'll bring the sidebar down. Let's bring it down. There it is. So now we've got this. Alright, let's move it there. Sidebar more smaller, and the color selection bar more bigger. Alright, that should be enough. Now what we'll do is we'll add a small sidebar over here. We'll call this the bottom bar, so it makes sense. Anyways, this will be called the bottom bar, and now we'll add a small sidebar over there. So let's do that. Image, where's our image at? There it is. So sidebar, call this the sidebar. Now what we're gonna be doing, wait, let me just position this first, and then maybe you'll get the whole idea of this. So what we'll do is we'll add an icon for colors, or paint swatches and tracks and whatever you want over here, basically, so that you click on this, a UI will come up, a kind of a box will come open with all the color select swatches or tracks or whatever. So that's the basic idea of all this. So let's get into that. We'll call this sidebar. That's already done. Now let's kind of make this a bit transparent. That should be enough, I guess. Let's keep it at 200. Alright, that's enough. See how it looks. Before that, we need to change this to stretch through this side. Alright, there it is. So that looks good. Now what we'll do is we'll start adding buttons to it. So before this, I had tested this out. Alright, that script is not there. We'll just delete the script. I'll show you how to code the script again. So anyways, let's get back into the sidebar. Alright, so now let's start adding buttons to this. So we go over to UI button, and we'll add this into it, and we'll call this the color swatch. Okay, something went wrong over there, but it's alright. There it is, color swatch. Now let's see, we need to make this a box, so I guess we'll just have something like 30x30. That seems good. Is that a bit too small? No, it's perfect. So we'll keep this over here at the top, and what we'll do is we'll delete the text from inside it. We don't need that text. And I got this kind of a paint bucket kind of an icon from Google Images, so I'm gonna be using that. You could use your own image. Something like a paint bucket would do good, I guess. So let's apply the paint bucket to this button. Alright, there it is. So now that looks good, right? Alright, and when you highlight it, I want it to go over to red, and when you press it, I mean, it wouldn't make much of a difference. It is dark gray, right? So you can't really color it much, but you know, still. Alright, we'll keep it blue and we'll center this, I mean, we'll change the anchor to the top left, and that should do it. Alright, now what we need to create is a swatch, color swatch. So I kind of created a prefab already. I'm gonna upload it to my Dropbox, you know, the whole kind of like a Unity package. What it basically has is just a color swatch. Wait, okay, here it is. So these are basically just normal Unity buttons which have, you know, colored, and I've also okay, I haven't added the background date. Alright, I had added a background before, so let me add a background to this. You know, we don't need it like this, we need a background over there, right? So we'll add a background to it, just an image. Take it to the top and damn it, resize it, something like that. That's good, right? Yeah, I guess. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll change the color to something like a dark gray with a bit transparency. That should do it. Alright, that's enough, right? Okay, and what we'll do is we'll position this whole color swatch over to here. Let's position the color swatch to over there. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an animated UI to this. You know, the kind of stuff when you click on the button, I need this to animate out, you know, kind of like grow out. Alright, so that's basically what I want. I want this to grow out when I click on this button. So what we'll do first is we'll create an animation. For that, what you need to do is you need to go out to the Windows and click on the Animation tab. Alright, well, let's keep it over here like this, so you know you get to see what you're doing. Alright, this kind of positioned out. Let's check out the game. Alright, game's game enough. You know what? Alright, so there is no anchors right now. I'm guessing that's because we've kind of made all this a part of a game object. In case you didn't get what this was, I'll just kind of quickly explain this. So it's an empty game object over here called ColorSwatches, and we've got all these buttons which have just got a color to it, and all this has been aligned. So you don't need to set the anchors, because I'm guessing it's because it's inside an empty game object, and we've got a background to it. So let's just call this BG. Alright, there is this. So we've got the background to it. Next, what we'll do is we'll animate this. So let's go over to the animation tab and we'll click on color swatches and click create. So now it will ask us to save an animation. So I guess I had already made some animations. Let's just delete that. Delete. Alright, good. Now let's start again. So color swatches, create, and I'm gonna save this in the animes. We'll call this color swatch underscore open. That should do it. So color swatch underscore open, and we'll add some properties to this. Or you know what? I'm not gonna add any properties to it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scale this down to something like a 0,0,0, and I'm gonna move this over to where I want this to start it from. So something like over here. Alright, so I need this to grow out from over here. That's what I want. Next, what we'll do is we'll kind of go over to the animator tab, kind of zoom in a bit, and I need this to be really quick, right? So I'm gonna go over to the 10, I'm not sure if this is in milliseconds or seconds, hopefully it's in milliseconds, right? So we'll go over to the 10 and right click over there and select add key. Now once you've added key, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set the scale back to 1,1,1, and we're gonna position this to something like over here. That should be enough. Now if you go back to 0 and click on play, you'll find that it actually grows out just like that. Now it's gonna loop around a bit, but that's alright. When we kind of do the whole stuff, it won't loop. But anyways, now let's go back to the let's create another. Before that, let's click on this color swatch, and as you can see, it says loop time. So we're gonna disable that, and we're gonna add another clip or another animation to it, and this will be the color swatch underscore close. Alright, save that, and we're gonna add another. Okay, we don't need another property. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the color swatch, go over to color swatch, open, and when we're gonna go over to the time when this is actually grown out, we're gonna click on transform, copy component, and we're gonna go over to color swatch close, and we're gonna paste the component values over to it. So as you can see, it's kind of, you know, have a whole color swatch position property to it. It's added that automatically. Now what we'll do is we'll click on the 10 millisecond or 10, no, it's hopefully 10 millisecond. So 10 millisecond, you know, time, and we're gonna go back to color swatch, open, click on the 0 time, and we're gonna copy the transform when it's, you know, over here, and we're gonna paste it over to the color swatch close, and just like that. So as you can see now, if you go to the 0 time and click on play, it will basically start closing itself. I mean, it will, you know, grow in or whatever. So anyways, that's what we wanted. We'll get out of the record mode. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, now we've got two animations, and we need to animate the color swatch, right? So what we're gonna do for that is we're gonna go over and create a, you know, script. Let's go to the scripts, and we're gonna call this, I think I've already got a color selection menu. Okay, I've already got a color selector script, and now I'll just create another one so you guys get, you know, to know how things are working. So we'll call this script the color swatch script. Color swatch script. Alright, color swatch, that's enough, I guess. You know, we shouldn't have called it that, because I've already got a color swatch and color swatches over here, right? So that might create some problems. Alright, we're gonna rename this, set to color swatch, or we're just gonna delete the script, and I'm gonna add another script and call it the color swatch script, you know. Alright, C# script, color swatch underscore script. Alright, now we're gonna open it up. So let mono develop open, and what we're gonna do is, first thing, we're gonna have this whole UI animated. When you click on the button, it needs to grow out, and if it is grown out and you click on the button, it needs to grow back in. So you get the whole idea, right? And I know this tutorial has been going around a bit too long, but you know, it's alright, I guess. So in case any of you guys want me to do this more faster, please do let me know. And alright, so mono develops opened up. There it is. I'm 5K mono develop. Alright, there it is. So where's our new script at? Color swatch script. There it is. So this is the color selector script which I had created yesterday, you know, just to test the whole thing out. So basically, alright, what was that? I don't know. Alright, so what we'll do first, so let me just delete all this. So we're gonna create a public bool and call it color swatch underscore, or better, swatch underscore is open. Alright, and by default this will be set swatch underscore is open equals false. Alright, so by default this state of the swatch is closed. Now we're gonna add another public void to it and call this open swatch, or let's say swatch underscore change state. And what we're gonna do is, if alright, before that I need to have a game object in this called ColorSwatch. Public game object ColorSwatch. Alright, we're gonna assign ColorSwatch later on. So if swatch underscore is open equals false, or let's just say if swatch is open, if swatch is always open, okay, we'll just put an exclamation mark over there, that's enough. If swatch is not open, then what we'll do is we'll change the swatch. Alright, before that we'll go to ColorSwatch dot get component animator dot play. And what was the name of our animation for open? ColorSwatch underscore open, that's it. Alright, we'll go ColorSwatch underscore open. Alright, let me just put that over there. There it is. And we'll set the ColorSwatch, okay, swatch is open equals true. Alright, now what we'll do is else, that is else if swatch is open, what we'll have is ColorSwatch dot get component. You could have a variable called animator or whatever and assign this whole ColorSwatch dot get component over to it, but we don't really need that right now, so I'm gonna go ahead with this. And our ColorSwatch close animation is called ColorSwatch underscore closed, and we're gonna set the whole swatch state back to false. That's it. That should work right now. So let's go ahead and add this to the ColorSwatch, or we'll add the ColorSwatch to the data handler. So we don't need to create another game object for this, and we'll add the script to that. So script ColorSwatch, there it is. So let's assign ColorSwatches, and we'll have data handler set to the function over here, on click function over here. So where's our, alright, that's not it. So data handler, we'll set it over here, and the function will go to ColorSwatch script. And alright, I didn't see that. That's all. It wasn't the wasn't the bottom of it. Usually I find it over here, which is why I checked only over. So anyways, it's alright. There it is. Swatch underscore change state. We'll click on that, and now if I click on play, swatch opened up. Now if you click on this, it goes back, it grows out, grows back in, grows out, grows back in. The animation is not really perfect because I had to change the whole script at the last moment. So in case something like that was to happen, what you had to do, you had to just check where this grows. So as you can see, it grows out like that. And for the swatch close, kind of set another property. Alright, so for the swatch close, it's kind of making that kind of a stupid stuff. So let's just change that. I'll show you how you can change that. Just kind of go over to here and change the whole stuff back again. So just like that. Let's see. So you can see should work perfectly fine now. And I'm gonna change this over here, and now let's just test this out again. So click on that, there it is, it goes back, comes out, goes back, comes out. That's working perfectly fine. Now what we need is, if I click on any of these, I need this to set the material color to the car. So for that, what we'll do is, first up, we'll create 3 new materials. Public material R8, or public material wet paints. Is that not how you create an array? Wait a minute. Alright, so let's check this out. Over here, where is our data handler? Wait a minute. Damn it. Alright, there it is. So we've got a wet paints. Now what we'll do is we'll set the size to 2, or wait, 3. We got 3 cars, right? So 3, and we'll assign our materials to this. And what this will do is, this will see which car has been selected from the car selector, and car selected, and it will assign the materials according to that. Now before that, what we need is, we need the buttons to kind of give a set a color to this. So we'll create a color, public color selected, and what we'll do is, I kind of got this script from somewhere in the site, somewhere in some Unity forum. So I'll leave a link to that below so you can check it out. But this is kind of a really great script. It helps to convert hex to color. So what we'll do is copy this void. It's a function really, public void select color. And as you can see, I've set color cell over here, and let me just rename that over there. Okay, so what this does is, this accepts a hex value. Hex is nothing but, wait, let me just show you what hex is real quick. So hex is nothing but this value over here, this hex color value. So anyways, what this does is, it accepts that kind of a value, removes all the 0x or hashtags or whatever that is, converts it into basic alphanumerical form, and it will kind of convert this hex to an RGB value, so you can get the color out of it. So let me just quickly see how quickly show you how this will work. So we'll add this to all our color buttons, color swatches over here. So we'll add this button, add this script to all our buttons. So where's our data handler? There it is, data handler. And we'll assign this function to it, that is the select color. And then what we'll do is, we'll go over to here, copy this hex script, hex string, and paste it over here. Now I know this might be a bit too kind of tiring, but it's really works fine. It's better than the color selector. Alright, it's kind of okay, I guess, almost the color selector, but this is easier actually. So let's assign each of the colors to that. So this might take a while, but alright, blue. Alright, now you could add up to any number of colors you want. Just remember how to animate it. Just add the whole color swatches, all of the color swatches to an empty game object and animate that. The problem is, if you add it to some kind of an image or something, what happens is, you're gonna have to animate each of the UI component by individually. I tried this out once, so it was kind of hard, so I thought I'd keep with the whole empty game object itself. So now this is almost done. This tutorial has been going on forever, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it's been something like half an hour now. So anyways, alright, so there it is. So we've assigned each of the colors to it. Now let's click on play and see if it works. Alright, so I get this error often. I still don't know what it is, but anyways, let's click on the data handler, and if I click on black, white, alright, as you can see the color changes: red, yellow, blue, green, or wasn't green, okay, blue, alright, gray. Alright, so all the colors work perfectly fine. It kind of lags a bit, but I'm not sure, maybe it will kind of change in the main game. So anyways, next thing what we'll do is we'll add the whole color apply the color to the car. So let's get on to that. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna go over to the ColorSwatch script, and we're gonna create a bunch of variables first of all. So one will be the public material. We'll call this the weight paint, and the next will be the public int car selected. Alright, so now there are two methods you could do this. First off, you could have the car selected to derive its value straight from the car selector script, where we've already got another value for, we've already set some values for this. But I don't know why I tried this out and it wasn't working as expected. There were times when the numbers wouldn't come, so I decided to go ahead with assigning it manually. So to assign it manually, what we'll do, we'll create a new function called this public void set car number, and what we'll have this do is this will take an integer a as its value, and we'll set car selected equals a. Alright, so let's just quickly assign this script to all our car buttons. So go to canvas, car list, and we've already, I tried this out once, but let me just show you how it's done anyways. So drag this over here, go to the ColorSwatch script, and select the set car number. And what we'll basically do, we'll set this as 0. For the 458, we'll set it as 1, and for the SLS, it will be 2. That's it. Alright, so now we've done that, what we'll do is we'll create, we'll go over to this, the select color, and we'll type in weight color. Is it weight paint? Alright, so weight, damn it. So weight paint, and inside the square brackets we'll type car selected dot color equals color selected. Alright, that's it. Alright, that's it. Nothing too fancy. Now that we've done that, let's go over to the data handler and assign all our colors. So we've got the weight paint here. Let's set the size to 3, and for the SLS the paint is this, I guess. Let me just check it out. Yep. And for the 458, it is 458 paint. And alright, so SLS was third car, right? So we'll set SLS to the third one. And for the R8, the material is this. Basically all named the same, I guess. So anyways, now let's try this out. So click on play, and we've got the color swatch coming up, opening and closing. We've got the cars working perfectly fine. Now let's check out the paint. So click on red. Alright, so I kind of made a mistake. I applied the wrong material, so let me just correct that. Let's take this back to being black, and I think it's remap. Yep, it should be remap. So let me go over to the data handler and set remap to this element 1, right? Alright, now it should work fine. So let's check this out again. We've got the color selector, and voila, it's working perfectly fine. I still need to adjust the collider of this. You know, the car kind of does this thing where it, you know, the front goes up at the start. That's because the collider has been set poorly. But anyways, all the colors work perfectly fine. Let's try out orange. That's good. That's all good. Let's go over to the 458. It's pure black right now. Let's try red. I don't like this red. I'm gonna change this later on, you know, give it a more depth, something like this, but you know, that won't come up right now because we've set this color. And finally to the SLS, let's try blue, green. Alright, so everything's been working perfectly fine for now. Now I guess that will be it for this episode, or let's say this part of the tutorial. So alright, that's better. That's not better. That's better. Okay, so I guess that will be it for this part of the tutorial. Anyway, so in the next part we'll look at track selection. So until then, it's goodbye for now. So I hope you understood everything. I know it's been a bit too long than usual, but you know, and it's just a basic UI improvement and all. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. I hope you liked it. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.